Coming up, a Valdosta man is arrested for the possession of illegal drugs.
And city police officers arrest 2 women allegedly connected to prostitution.
We'll have these stories and more. Your News Valdosta starts now.
Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Kendrick King.
And I'm Taylor Morrell. Valdosta detectives have made an arrest for an alleged drug possession distributor after receiving a tip from an informant last week. Last Thursday, Valdosta narcotic detectives received a tip that someone was in possession of a significant amount of illegal substances on North Ashley Street. The detectives obtained a search warrant for the building occupied by Earl Horn III. While searching the building, detectives say they found several drugs, including 1.1 grams of crack cocaine and various tools used to distribute the drugs. Horn is currently facing multiple felony charges, including possession of cocaine with intent to distribute.
In a separate event, Valdosta police have arrested 2 women following a prostitution investigation. Investigators apprehended 33-year-old Amanda Laverne Williams on charges of prostitution and misdemeanor possession of marijuana. A second woman, 20 years old, Shalina Harvey Buick, was arrested a short time later. Valdosta residents with any information regarding prostitution in the Valdosta area are urged to contact the VPD Narcotics Unit.
The search is on for a man who fled a Georgia state trooper over the weekend, and authorities say they considered the man armed and dangerous. Reports say that around 5 o'clock Saturday afternoon, a state trooper pulled over a white Nissan Altima on Old Valdosta Road in Lowndes County. During the traffic stop, the driver allegedly gave the trooper a false name, which prompted the trooper to try to arrest him. The driver escaped during the attempted arrest and fled on foot to a nearby neighborhood. Troopers said he then stole a 2012 Ford F-150 and was last seen headed north on Old Valdosta Road. 35-year-old John Wesley Walton of Naylor has been identified as the suspect. He is a convicted felon. The Georgia State Patrol asks that anyone who knows the whereabouts of the suspect please report to the local law enforcement. Walton faces multiple charges, including possession of a firearm by convicted felon and possession of methamphetamine, which are both found in his car.
The Valdosta Fire Department responded to a structure fire at 2846 Fountainwood Circle. When firefighters arrived on the scene on Thursday, they found smoke rising from the roof of the building. The fire was due to a stove that was left unattended in the home. Fortunately, the fire was able to be extinguished quickly and no one was injured during the fire.
According to the city officials, the city's sanitation routes are expected to change at least 5,000 residents. Sanitation routes are not evenly distributed, with more people being serviced on Monday. In fact, they said about 2,000 more residents are serviced on Mondays than any other day. The city is hoping to rebalance the routes in order to improve efficiency and production without requiring additional equipment or manpower. The new sanitation schedule will start March 14th.
The Southern Georgia Regional Commission is requesting public input on a proposed amendment to the Local Transportation Vision Plan and the Transportation Improvement Program. The plan affects the Valdosta Lowndes County Metropolitan Planning Organization. It will outline improvements to be made over the next 25 years, including the widening of Jerry Jones Drive and Eager Street from Bay Tree to Oak Street. The project will be funded with state and local funds costing over $8 million. The commission will take comments up until the 29th of this month.
When we return, Wiregrass Tech's health department will be expanding.
We'll have these stories and more, so don't go away.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry. I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Here, beauty is a lot more than skin deep. For more than 100 years, we have focused on creating individual success stories. This is a place where professors are mentors, competition is cheered, collaboration counts, experience is hands-on, and connections are lifelong. VSU, over 100 majors, championship athletics, focused on your success.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Wiregrass Tech is in search of new clinical sites of students after the expansion of its health department. Wiregrass Technical College has recently expanded programs in the Allied Health Department. Due to the expansion in the department, the college is seeking more clinical sites for students to get hands-on experience in their field of study. If your medical practice would be interested in hosting students for clinical or internships, you can contact April Lehman at Wiregrass Tech.
Valdosta State University Center for E-Learning will present the TIES Conference Wednesday through Friday this week in the School Union Student Union area. TIES stands for the Instructional Technologies, Innovations, and Educational Strategies. The TIES Conference will include more than 80 presentations by faculty, staff, and students from several different Georgia colleges. Registration is $69 and open to the general public.
Rural hospitals in Georgia could receive much-needed help soon with the help of State Representative Jeff Duncan. Duncan has proposed House Bill 919, a bill that will allow individuals and corporations to get a state tax credit for donating money to rural health care organizations. If the bill is approved, a total of $250 million in tax credit will be available. Under the bill, the organization receiving the donation must be in a rural county and receive at least 25% of its revenue from treating needy patients.
The Student Teacher Achievement Recognition Program has chosen Mo Ace Biomo and her IB biology teacher, Cindy Plumley, as the winners for the 2015 to 2016 school year. In order to be named a star student, ICBOMO has met many requirements, including being in the top 10% of students in her graduating class. She said she looked at the competition as a way to challenge herself by stepping out of her comfort zone and being the best that she can.
Students and teachers from Hayhira and West Side Elementary School took part in the annual My Farm and Working for Forest Art Contest. The contest was offered through Raising Cane, a produce market and agrotourism business. The students who won received a prize of $250 while teachers received $1,000 prize.
The City of Valdosta will be honored by the Georgia Forestry Commission this Friday at 10 a.m. During an Arbor Day ceremony. The city will be honored as a Tree City USA community for the 30th consecutive year for its care for trees. Valdosta State University and Georgia Power will also be honored at the event. Tree City USA programs were created to improve community forestry, involvement, and education for healthy trees. To commemorate the event, three trident maple trees will be planted. The public is invited to attend.
A federal lawsuit has been filed against Georgia Secretary of State Brian Kemp as his office allegedly purged voters from the state rolls illegally. The nonprofit government agency Common Cause Georgia and the Georgia NAACP organizations filed the lawsuit when they discovered Kemp's office was putting voters on a list for being inactive for 3 years. Voters on the list were sent confirmation letters, but if they didn't respond were confirmed inactive. However, the organizations feel that this is in violation of the Federal Voting Rights Act. Kemp's office continues to say that the lawsuit is without merit. It's time for another short break, and then we'll be back with the local weather from Victoria Dean.
So stay with us.
when every moment matters and a hand reaches out, when someone gives blood and a life is saved. That moment when heartbreak turns to hope, you're there through the American Red Cross. Every day, the Red Cross responds to nearly 200 neighborhood emergencies, and your support makes it possible. Use this moment to join us today. Visit redcross.org.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Now it's time to check in on our local weather with Victoria Dean. Victoria?
Thanks. If you were planning on sunny skies today, you might be a little disappointed. There's a 20% chance of rain to be expected with being cloud coverage all day. The high will be 75 degrees, warming afternoon, but if you're outside, a jacket may be needed because it will get very windy. Tonight, we can expect thunderstorms with the temperature dropping down to 56 degrees with a 90% chance of rain. Tomorrow, there will be some clouds in the skies, but mainly sunny with a high of 71 degrees. There will be a 10% chance of rain, so the weather will look a lot better. That means you won't have to worry about bringing out your umbrellas on this nice day. The UV index for today is a 2 on the 10-point scale, meaning the sun won't be out as much today and you won't receive much hazardous radiation. The pollen count is at a medium, so if you have allergies, be cautious if you're going to be outside near trees and flowers. That's all I have for the weather today. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Victoria. Coming up, we'll take a look at the latest in the local sports.
So stay with us.
Oh, hey, bud.
Oh.
Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
It's a school night. With Gary and Todd?
Yeah?
Not sure about those two. I've been meaning to ask you. This is tougher than I thought. Is there any drinking going on in this crowd?
No.
I hope not, because alcohol can lead you to say things and do things that you really wish you hadn't. Isn't this what you're supposed to say?
I know.
So if any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't. I'd do anything to keep you safe.
Okay, I will.
I hope this is working.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you.
Ryan.
Yeah?
So start the conversation even before they're teenagers.
Good idea.
For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Today, Eric Almirola behind the wheel in that 43 car.
We all have a role to play here at Richard Petty Motorsports. We respect each other, work hard, and that helped us get the big win in Daytona. My partners in the U.S. Air Force also know that it takes a team to make each mission a success. Your coworkers, family, and friends are your team. Treat them with respect, and together you can accomplish great things. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Welcome back.
Now it's time to catch up with the sports with anchor Kawan Cook for the latest sports. Kawan?
Valdosta's men's soccer team pulled away with their first win of the season on Friday, beating Brunswick High School 2-1. This improved the team's record to 1-0-2 after tying in the first 2 games of the season. Coach Derek Parton looks for his team to take advantage of this win and let the momentum carry on to the next match on March the 8th against Tift County High School. This will be the team's first region match of the season. Love wasn't the only thing in the air this past weekend. Lowndes Vikings girls soccer team won Sunday's home game against Warner Robins. The final score was 6-0. The girls have been on an up-and-down roller coaster this season, losing on Friday's game. Hopefully this Friday they can take home another win. To all the fellow Lowndes Vikings citizens, come out and cheer on your girls this Friday at 6 p.m. The Valwoods men's basketball team is coming off back-to-back region wins and look to push into the playoffs. They pulled out yet another close game on Friday against Southland Academy. The final score was 59-57. With that win, Valwood will get an opportunity to participate in a play-in game at Westwood on Tuesday at 6 p.m. versus Tift area. Win-or-go-home season has begun, so good luck to the team on their upcoming game. Lowndes men's basketball team is ready for 6A playoff after they prepare to take on McEachern High School in the first round of the state basketball tournament. Vikings are 15-13 coming into this matchup and look to defeat an extremely talented McEachern team with a 23-3 record and 8-1 at home. This should be a great task for the Vikings. The game will be on Wednesday at 8:15 in Powder Springs. Valdosta's Trey Walton finished 4th in the 6A 126-pound weight division at the state wrestling tournament. Walton is a junior and finished his season 51-9. With 1 year left, he looks to come back next year and be a legit contender for the title in his division. Tonight, Valdosta High School will be holding its Junior Varsity Baseball Invitational. The event will be held at Thomas County Central from 5 to 7 p.m. Coach Bart Schumann is looking forward to the great upcoming season and seeing some new talent on the field. That's all I have today for sports. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Kawan. Coming up, the Turner Center of the Arts will host a luncheon next week.
We have all of this and more, so don't go away.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
And we're back with News Valdosta.
The Turner Center for the Arts has a day full of food, fun, and games planned for its luncheon next week. The Center for the Arts Guild Bridge Luncheon will take place at the Turner Center on Monday, February 22nd from 10 a.m. to noon. Tickets are $25 per person and will include lunch as well as a variety of games for attendees. To purchase a ticket, call or visit the Turner Center for the Arts website.
The Valdosta Italian American Club celebrated its 13th anniversary Sunday with a dinner attended by Mayor John Gale. According to the club's president, there are 30 members this year, including 3 actually born in Italy. The celebration included an authentic Italian meal prepared by the club members, a speech from the mayor, and a sing-along to traditional Italian ballads.
I'm Kendrick King. Thanks for watching our program today.
And I'm Taylor Morrell. Join us again tomorrow for more News Valdosta. Have a great day.